It is Monday night, and we are live once again. In the Zone Racing brings you tonight the Gail Tomer Memorial 100, round number 3 for the Late Model Shootout Series, the SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund Late Model Shootout Series tonight. We are going for 100 laps here at USA International. I'm Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the booth. And Bill, this is a special one tonight for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say this was a pretty big deal, Jeff. Honestly, a huge deal. Amazing. This just shows you the community that In the Zone Racing has, that iRacing has. These guys all bringing out pink cars, not just for Mom, but also the SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. In the month of October, it's amazing. These guys are fantastic. They all changed the colors of the cars this week. New paint schemes. It's really cool to look at.
Yeah, it's very neat. Almost 34 drivers, I believe, in the server at this moment, and just about everybody rocking a pink race car tonight. This is awesome. It's a pink out night. Everybody going pink tonight, and it looks really fantastic.
Yeah, it's it's kind of fun looking at the different shades of pink that we have. That's kind of neat to see what some guys what they thought their pink should look like, and it's kind of fun to see all these pink race cars. And it's a big ask to get these guys to all change the cars that they run every single week. They're proud of their paint schemes, and here we've got them running pink ones for the week, and probably a lot of October. So it's really cool. Means a tremendous amount, and here we are. We're watching pink cars go around in the month of October. Pretty fun.
Yeah, it's really, really neat tonight. We went a little early. We're starting early tonight, so you can see some of these pink race cars presented here tonight in the Gail Tomer Memorial 100. And we're just kind of checking it out during practice right now and getting you a live look at some of these cool race cars. And we're going to have to learn who everybody is tonight because everybody's got a different look.
Yeah, we have a lot of pink cars, Jeff. We used to, you and I used to run similar cars together, and we run into each other, and we call it Orange Car Carnage, if you remember that. Tonight, hopefully we don't have any wrecks, or we'll have some pink car carnage on the racetrack.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're going to be calling the pink car around a lot tonight. Alex McCollum, top of the board right now. He's got that white car with the pink number, a little different than everybody else is running. 20.388 for Alex McCollum, fastest so far. Cole Cabré, Cole Cabré, second fastest, 20.412. Still getting used to that one.
Yeah, it's Cabré, so you did it right the second time, so that's good. So you're okay. He's got a pink car on the racetrack as well, in the 71, so Cabré, well, he's not on the racetrack at the moment, but I've seen his pink car. Jeff, I actually did last night. It was probably a no-no. I reloaded last week's race and got a preview of all of these pink cars last night. So, because you see the paints load as they, for even last week. So I was seeing these cars last night. I know what Cabry's car is going to look like. So very cool. Again, I can't say it enough. I mean, all these pink cars are so wonderful. So if you're watching the stream right now, like and share it to your Facebook. Get your friends in here. Show them what the In the Zone Racing community and the ITCR community is about. And also go over to, Jeff, you'll have to say the website, but SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund has a donate button, and I think it's SD Ireland CancerResearch.org.
Yes, it's SDICancerResearch.org.
Okay, so I've lost the Ireland. So SDICancerResearch.org. They have a donate button over there. $1, $2, doesn't matter. Anything makes a difference. They've been supporting In the Zone Racing for multiple seasons now, and in the month of October means a whole tremendous amount if you can go over there and donate. Very, very special night, very cool night. And if we look at the front of Mark Herzog's car on the hood, that's exactly what we're trying to get at.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. If you look at their website, over $6 million raised to find a cure for cancer, and it's really great what they've been able to accomplish. We heard that they do a special deal with their cement mixers, their trucks, and doing a parade and such, and selling advertisement on the side and stuff to raise money, and it's really, really neat what they're doing. I do appreciate all they've done to hopefully find a cure for cancer one day.
Well, we would like to see that. Honestly, personally, I would have liked to have seen it come 6 years in the past from now, I guess. But so many lives that can be saved, and they need the money to do the research in order to get some form of cure, or even some form of treatment just to prolong lives. They have that now. There are, you don't, in certain situations, you don't lose a loved one or a family member as quickly as you used to, but there's a lot more work to be done, and we want to continue to push that forward.
Yeah, you mentioned 6 years ago, that was when we did our very first Gail Tomer Memorial here at USA. We haven't done one since, and 6 years ago was our first one, and we actually dug up the results, and so we found it. We found out there's only one driver that's going to start tonight that was in the original one 6 years ago, and that's Peter Fisher. He's been with us a long time here at ITZR, and he's going to be the only guy to run both of these races.
Well, Jeff, we would have done both, correct? And I believe Eric would have too. Actually, did Eric even run? I mean, he would have, yes.
Yes.
So all three of us were in that race, but here we are, all three in the booth. So we're here. We get to. I mean, does that count? We're attending.
Yeah, we're here in spirit, I guess. But Peter Fisher will be the only one to have two race starts. We will have been here for both of these Gail Tomer Memorial races. The first one ever won by Adam Gilland, and a lot of people probably recognize that name around iRacing. He's been at it for a long time.
Yeah, that we went down the list of drivers that were in that previous Gail Tomer Memorial race, and it is a who's who. Many real race car drivers. One of the ones that I pointed out to you, Jeff, that you actually missed, Mason Diaz, a weekly car school competitor here in the Carolina area, Carolina, Virginia. It's a late model tour, big late model tour. He was in that race. But it's just a large group of really, really, really good drivers, and we've got another large group. Like you said, only one of them was in that race. Another large group of really, really, really good drivers tonight.
Yeah, another great field again here. This SD Ireland User Research Fund Late Model Shootout Series is just exploded with talent. I mean, some of the best in iRacing here tonight. Again, the third race of the season. They're racing for a lot of money on the line too. I believe over $800 so far in the pot. All of our races sponsored this season. Really awesome field and a lot of great partners that helped us put this all together.
Don't forget one of those partners. If you want a custom tumbler, a drink tumbler, this is we'll just talk about one of our sponsors. A custom drink tumbler customized with In the Zone Racing logos, In the Zone Series logos, or your own information. Maybe you want a car number, maybe you want your name. They can even do your signature, they can do race, they can do all kinds of stuff. If you go over to County Road Custom, we are selling right now, and they're only available till, what is it, Wednesday, Jeff?
Yes, Wednesday is our cutoff, 13th, October 13th. We have to have our orders in by then.
Right, those are available on County Road Custom Millworks webpage. That's countyroadcustom.com, and you can go over there and get your own customized ITZR and your own personal information tumbler. It's very cool. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get mine.
And I'm not saying that you won't be able to order one, but this special pricing, it's $30 for the custom tumbler, and our special pricing right now is based on us all doing this together. They will be more expensive if you wait to do it after the 13th. I don't know what that price will be, but if you do it early, do it by the 13th. We can get you a price here as we're all going to do it, and you can see on the screen the Kane Fisher Cup that they did for his championship to celebrate his County Road Custom Millwork Late Model Challenger Series championship last year, and he got one of those as basically a trophy from our series sponsor.
And don't forget, Jeff, the sponsor for this evening brought us this race. This was your brainchild when we came up with the schedule for the season, but Jeff by Junior Art is your sponsor for the evening. Jeff is on Facebook, clearly. But if you go over to Jeff by Junior Art, you can like his page. You see all the stuff that Jeff draws. If you see the graphics that come out in In the Zone Racing, those are Jeff. Jeff is an unbelievable graphic artist. I tell him that all the time. And he's been putting out amazing stuff this season. It's actually gotten the attention of quite a few people. But you can go over there and see some of his other art at Jeff by Junior Art on Facebook, and give him a like. Tell him we sent you, or he sent you, because he's in here too. But very cool stuff from Jeff. Jeff, thank you so much for this race tonight. Thank you for coming up with this idea, and something that I really, really appreciate. I've told you that, and I'm really looking forward to it tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to do this and put this together. This is, as soon as I saw this track on the schedule and in the month of October, I knew we had to jump on it and make sure this got to be the Gail Tomer Memorial, and that we got to do this event again. And you've done so much for ITZR and iRacing, the iRacing community in general. I wanted to make sure that we gave something back here. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work to put all this stuff together. We do this every single week, and it's kind of nice to give back a little once in a while.
Absolutely. And do you realize, Jeff, that or was it on purpose that the original race was also at USA Speedway?
I did remember that, so I wanted to make sure that it was the same track, Lakeland. Make sure that we do it again at the same racetrack.
Perfect. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is this race was originally an open setup race. This is now a fixed setup race. Everybody running the same setup, but back when it was run originally, it was open setups.
Yeah, that was way back in the day for ITZR. It's been pretty much fixed setup for the last few years. There are, I don't think we've ran an open setup race in probably 4 or 5 years.
Yes, I mean, I'd have to look back. There's been 7 seasons that we've been running. This is the 7th season of the fixed setup series. And before that, it had been about a year, maybe a year and a half since we ran an open setup race. So it's been a while, but the fixed setups have been good to us, and I think everybody's enjoying them.
Yeah, the racing has just been incredible. It really, I mean, we talk about open setups and how hard it is to compete. We keep seeing the same guys running to the front, even in fixed setup, that are winning all the open setup races. It really doesn't change much, does it? I mean, you still got the Alex McCullums, the Ryan Matthews, the Landon Huffmans at the top of the board, regardless of fixed or open.
Yeah, talent is talent, right? We've kind of figured that out. I always thought there was something to that. As they would all beat me in every single race I ran, and thought maybe there was something going on. Talent is talent. You're as good as getting around the racetrack, and I've learned to accept that.
Ryan Matthews third on the board right now, 20.428. Landon Huffman, 20.444. He's fourth quickest. Brett Suggs currently sitting fifth quick. Dylan Bates in that 91 car, sixth right now. Hugo Paquette seventh. Thomas Axum eighth. Daniel Pope ninth. Bladen Edwards running 10th in that 72 car. Bladen also the points leader now at the top of the Challenger Series standings. We'll see him in action tomorrow night. One of those guys doing double duty.
Former ITZR late model Challenger Series champion, Bladen Edwards.
Yeah, Ryan Matthews and Thomas Axum are tied for the points lead in this late model shootout series. And you saw that there on the point standing screen. They are actually tied. Ryan Matthews has the tiebreaker because he has a win. So that's the only difference between them going into this race here, round number 3 of the series. It's still early, but the points battle looking very tight already.
Yeah, it's already a really fun season, of course. Butt Kicker, we got to give a shout out to them. They came through, Jeff. I was elated to see all the Butt Kickers show up at people's houses, getting the pictures of the boxes that they received them. I don't know if they have them hooked up yet, but Butt Kicker giving away 3 more Gamer 2 units this season to each champion and 1 to a random person that runs at least 10 races in any series.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually heard that Caden Fisher was getting his set up. His Uncle Pete was helping him set it up. So Peter Fisher was trying to figure it out and get it all set up for him. But I know
if Peter's trying to figure it out, Jeff, it might be a month or 2 before he actually gets it ready.
That's pretty rough.
It is, but why would we want to give Uncle Peter some of the business? You know what I mean? We gotta.
Yeah.
But we're about to go into qualifying, Jeff. The practice session is over. We gave you guys a preview of all the pink race cars on the racetrack for the Gail Memorial 100. We are about to go qualifying, Jeff. He's at the top of the board in practice. You think he can pull off the pole?
Well, I believe that he can do it. Whether he actually will, I mean that remains to be seen. But Alex McCollum is very, very quick here. 20.388. He was the only driver to dip into the 20.3s. We'll see whether he can back that up in qualifying. It looks like the weather might have changed a little bit too. We might actually see more cars hitting the threes. It's been a little cloudy here.
Took a look at the 18 car of Caden Fisher, your defending late model challenge series champion. Moved up to the late model shootout series. I see Daniel Pope on the racetrack, Dylan Bates, Kyle Martinson, all taking times right now.
As he's guys head onto the racetrack for qualifying. They're going to take their 2 best laps. Everybody going to start the race tonight. And I just wanted to point out that these guys are qualifying for a $5 bonus at the end of the season, courtesy of International Short Track Association. If you want, go check them out on Facebook. And basically, they just share a lot of news around iRacing and basically all the short track leagues. And you can go check them out on Facebook and follow them and just kind of keep up to date with everything that's going on iRacing.
As we watch times popping in, Daniel Pope quick time at the moment at 20.485. That was 1/100th of a second quicker than he ran in all of practice. So Daniel putting one down here early in qualifying.
Kyle Martinson, second quick, went a little bit quicker in qualifying as well. 20.522 for Kyle Martinson. And then he gets bumped. Christian Peterson, CP23, goes second fastest so far. 20.518 for Christian Peterson.
Taking a look at Thomas Axum on the racetrack in the 13 car. Tom Dreiling out there in the 11. Quick time, Ryan Matthews, 20.467. Bumps Daniel Pope to second. Still looking for the dominator. Alex McCollum still hasn't put a time up in one car.
Thomas Axum improved on his second lap with 20.522. Actually tied with Martinson. And now Hugo Paquette, third fastest, 20.515. That's going to move Axum back to the 6th position.
Alex McCollum on your racetrack. You're going to go on board with the 1 car. We'll take a look at his lines as he goes around the USA International Speedway. He was quickest in practice. Can he put a quick time down? Jeff, it's going to happen here or it's not going to happen here. Let's see where McCollum slots in.
Well, while he's making his lap, Brett Suggs goes second quick, 20.482 for Brett Suggs. And Alex McCollum, fast time, 20.433. And looks like Cole Cabre goes 20.481. He's going to move into the third spot. Cabri.
It's like debris.
I will get it eventually. I've said it wrong for so long that I don't know how to say it.
Peter Fisher runs his qualifying effort 20.669. It looks like just about everyone other than Cade Green. Cade Green hasn't logged a lap time. He has about 8 seconds to do so. I don't doubt that's going to happen. So Alex McCollum going to be your quick time on the evening. Swept so far. Quick time in practice, quick time in qualifying.
A tough break for Landon Huffman. He actually qualified 33rd. One of our drivers in the point standings. I believe he's sitting, let's take a look, 9th in the standings right now, and he's going to have his work cut out for him. Start deep, our opening night winner here in the Shootout series, start 33rd.
So our Fast and Furious happy hour as we get 2 minutes of warm-up. These guys, we give them an opportunity. They had 2 laps going as fast as they can. Now they got to get ready for the race, get geared up, get comfortable with this race car again. They were probably pushing it really hard in qualifying. So they'll have 2 minutes to get some lap times, to get some corners in, just to feel good about the race car. We'll go green flag racing.
Well, we can confirm Cade Green is heading onto the racetrack for a warm-up, so he will start the race. That's 34 cars here at USA International. I know it's a 3/4 of a mile, but that's a lot of race cars on a tight little short track. So I think we're going to see a lot of lap traffic tonight.
Well, we have some of the best drivers on the iRacing service in this series. And 34 cars is something I think these guys can handle. When they did it at Iowa, they were fantastic last week in Iowa. They only had 4 cautions over the course of that 75-lap event. So tonight, 100 laps at USA. This is a tighter track, of course, than Iowa, but let's hope that they can stay off of each other and have some green flag racing. So about 40 seconds remain.
Yeah, there you go. 40 seconds remaining in warm-up. Eric Dickman with us, cheering for Super Zach.
Your dad's in the chat, Jeff, saying go CP23. So are we adding another person to the CP23 fan club?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Christian Peterson in CP23, he's had a rough season with qualifying so far. He started in the back almost every single race. So finally, third quick, or actually, I don't remember where he qualified. We do have an invert, so he's going to start third tonight. So finally, CP23 starting up front, doesn't have to race his way through the field.
Oh, wow, Jeff, your whole family's in the chat. Stephanie Bai makes an appearance. Eric Dickman wants to know if there is an over-under for cautions, Jeff. What do you think? So we got to do that half.
I mean, I'm gonna say the over-under should be about 7.5, maybe 8.
So we'll say, all right, so 7.5, 8. I'm going to go with 10.
Wow.
So let's shoot it. Let's shoot at 9. Let's say the over/under's 9.
Oh, all right. So, well, I'm going to take the under. I have faith in them. USA usually races pretty well, so I'm going to take the under on that.
All right. So everyone in the chat, you can give us the over/under. It's going to be 9 is the over/under. You can't hit it, so you have to be under. So it'll be 8 or lower or fewer, or more than 10 or more. So if it's 9, we look like geniuses.
All right, well, the field is gridding for tonight's Gail Tomer Memorial 100, round number 3, the late model shootout series. Bill, do you want to take us with round number 1?
Starting on the pole, the number 13 car off a good top 5 run last week. That's Thomas Axum, and to his outside, the 07 car. That's Kyle Martinson.
Starting third tonight in the 23 car, that's CP23 Christian Peterson. On the outside of him, a former champion, the 3-time champion of this series, the number 33, that's Hugo Piquet.
Starting inside row number 3, a long and storied career here in the zone racing. That's the 16 car of Daniel Pope II, and to his outside, the 33 car of Brent Suggs.
Starting 7th tonight in the 71, that's Paul Cabret. On the outside of him in the 51, our points leader, tied for the points lead, Ryan Matthews.
Starting inside row number 5, the Dominator. He's been quick time all night long. That's the one of Alex McCollum, and to his outside, the 18, Caden Fisher.
Blake Edwards will start 11th tonight in the 72. On the outside of him in the 91, it'll be Dylan Bates.
Starting the inside row number 7, starting 13th, that's 17 of AJ Rogers, and to his outside, the 65 car, that's Aaron Abendroth.
Donald Clark will start 15th tonight in the 18 car. On the outside of him in the 67, that's Eric Tracy.
Starting in the 17th position, the 117, that's Tad Douglas, and to his outside, the Joker, that's Elliot Carlson.
Last season's Rookie of the Year, the 53 of Jeremy Brooks will start 19th. On the outside of him will be the 61 of Chad Miller.
Starting 21st in the 08, that's Super Zach Owen, and to his outside, Uncle Pete, the 71 car, that's Peter Fisher.
Starting in the 23rd position will be the 9 car of Colby Bryant. On the outside of him, the 71, that's Shane Bedford.
In the 25th starting position, that is the 78 car of Aaron Johnson, and to his outside, actually Aaron Johnson will go to the back with that EOL that he received from last week, and to his outside in 26th spot, that's the 13 car of Jonathan Dickerman.
Starting 27 tonight will be the 57 car of Mark Herzog. On the outside of him, it's the ravishing one, the 81 of Rick Rue.
Starting in the 29th position, the 56 car of Lucas Hanley, and to his outside, the old man. Well, maybe he's not, but he feels like he is. That's the 112 of Del Mears.
Starting in the 31st position, we see this guy always going for the hard charger every week. That's the 11 of Tom Dreiling. On the outside of him, the 00, that's Joey Fernandez.
Not where we would used to see this guy starting. That's the 75 car, the opening round winner of Landon Huffman, and to his outside, the last starter to qualify that did not get a qualifying time. That's the 19 car of Cade Green.
Well, the field is set 34 cars deep here at USA International for the Gail Tomer Memorial 100. And they are set and lined up, ready to go. The pace car lights are out. We are going green next time by.
All right, Jeff, should we make picks? We got about a half a lap to figure out who we're going to take tonight. I believe I went first last week. What do you think?
All right, well, I think I'm going to have to go with the guy in third tonight, the 23, CP23 Christian Peterson. That's my pick.
I don't know how you do it, but again, you picked the guy that I was going to pick. So I'm going to go a little bit farther back. Let me take the 51 car, Ryan Matthews.
All right, our picks are set. The pace truck is about to head off the racetrack. Thomas Axum in that 13 going to lead us to green. He's got Kyle Martinson on the outside of him. Here we go for pink out night. The Gail Tomer Memorial 100 is green.
Axum going to get a good start. Kyle Martinson able to slot in front of Christian Peterson. There won't be a battle for second, but there is a battle for fourth, as Daniel Pope and Hugo Piquet are going to be side by side. They'll stay side by side down the backstretch.
Several cars deep side by side. You have to get back to Alex McCollum to see where the field is starting to get single file. Looks like he was able to get in front of Ryan Matthews. Saw Hugo Piquet get a little sideways there off turn 4. Remember, these cars are going to start off very loose on cold tires. You really got to be careful early on.
Alex McCollum already under Hugo Piquet. That is for that 6th position. McCollum already taking it away from his teammate. Brent Suggs stuck behind the other 33 cars. He's on the outside as well. And you see Ryan Matthews going to follow Alex McCollum through. He's going to be side by side with Suggs for 8th as we go yellow.
Caution wave. Looks like Lucas Hanley might be around further back in the field.
Lucas Hanley actually ended up upside down. Let's see what happened to the 76 car.
Looks like possibly
Colby Bryant.
Yeah, just kind of a big incident there happened up in front of him. Colby Bryant and Mark Herzog got together. Shane Bedford went around. Lucas Hanley certainly got the worst end of it. You saw Aaron Johnson come in there.
Bedford involved. Looks like Tom Dreiling got it nose in there, and Hanley gets the worst of it. He ends up upside down. You're going to ride with Lucas Hanley as he ends up what I call turtled when you get stuck on your back and can't get flipped over.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a bad place to be. There's nothing you can do to continue on. You got to head all the way back to the pits. You know you're going to lose multiple laps at that point. Pretty much a rough way to start your night. So we put the over-under at 9 tonight. There's one right there, right off the bat here. Early on, lap 5, we are under caution. Thomas Axum has led every single lap so far. Kyle Martinson back in the 2nd position. CP23, Daniel Pope there in 4th. It looks like Cade Green might have lost a lap there.
Yeah, Cade Green probably needs to get that wave as he got stuck behind the pace car. You see the 19 going to get his lap back there in the 19 car as here at InZone Racing. If you get stuck behind the pace car, if you're waiting not to pull out in front of the field, we would appreciate when these drivers don't pull out in front of the field as they come by. So he waited on the racetrack, didn't get into anybody's way, lost a lap, and he gets his lap back. So the 19 car going to be back on the lead lap.
We did have a couple cars come down pit road, repaired damage. Looks like Tom Dreiling lost a lap. Possibly Shane Bedford might have lost a lap, and Lucas Hanley, remember, he had to tow because he was upside down there. He lost 3 laps. So their night isn't over. They got to continue on and hope to get their laps back. Remember, cautions, they will have lucky dogs. First car running 1 lap down will get their lap back.
Taking a look at the chat, Jeff. Eric Dickman said dead on 9 for sure. So he didn't take the over or the under. Your dad says under, so he thinks fewer than 9. Let's see. Becca Weber says, go Super Zach. Crystal Clark says hello. Hey, Crystal.
Jacob Hayes in the chat said Chad Miller's paint scheme is fire. Sarah with us. Sarah sent us 50 stars. Appreciate that, Sarah. The pace truck is off. Thomas Axum going to take him back to green. Gets a great start. He's going to be well clear of Kyle Martinson in turn 1. That 13 is rocketing away with the lead now.
Yeah, he drives away from Kyle Martin as they enter turn 1. I hear some stuff happening in the back, but we stay green. Maybe a car caught the wall. 71 car, Cole Cabry. He's going to slot into 5th. Cabry's car is fancy looking in that 71.
Bill trying to get single file. The first about 6-7 cars have done so. You have to go all the way back to about where Ryan Matthews is battling with AJ Rogers. You see Bladen Edwards is stuck there on the outside in that 72 car.
Bladen Edwards going to be on the outside of the 17 AJ Rogers. Bladen flying my mom's name as the driver on that race car above the door. So as he blinks out, of course, some connection issues for the 72 of Bladen Edwards, but that car does say Gail Tomer. If you watch it flash by as it's going fast right now, unfortunately stuck on the outside.
That was Dylan Bates in the 91 that was able to get around Bladen Edwards there in the 72. So move Dylan Bates up a spot. He's going to take over 11th.
Here's the driver chat. Mark Herzog frustrated in the 57. Must have got bumped from someone as he's all the way back to the 27th position. These guys pretty much all got single file there towards the rear of the field. That's the entire field now single file as you see Donald Clark looking underneath Aaron Abendroth. He's going to take a peek. He's going to be side by side down the front straightaway. Those guys are battling for 13th and 14th.
Abendroth up the racetrack there into turn 1. Donald Clark trying to take advantage. You actually get a pretty good run here from the outside line. It's the long way around this racetrack, but you can hold people up there if you run that outside line. Donald Clark able to get clear of Avendroth. Here comes Eric Tracy in the 67. He's going to try to take advantage of the inside line here.
Eric Tracy and Avendroth going to be side by side through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Tad Douglas. Tad Douglas going to try to follow Eric Tracy. Doesn't get off of turn 2 very well. But Avendroth and Tracy going to be side by side as they enter 3.
Still side-by-side battle here for the 16th position. Eric Tracy, he had it last time by. Looks like that's the 15th position. He is going to have it there on Aaron Avendroth, but can he clear him off turn 2? Doesn't look like Avendroth is done just yet.
Got a new car in the top 5, Jeff. Cole Cavery just got passed by, guess who? The 1 car, Alex McCollum. Is McCollum up to 5th in the 1. He was the quick time all night long. Now he's going to try to hunt down the 16 car, Daniel Pope in 4th.
Christian Peterson putting a lot of pressure right now on Kyle Martinson. Martinson's kind of fallen off to 13. It's about 7/10 of a second up to the leader. So CP23 maybe getting a little impatient here. Maybe thinks the 07's holding them up. He was taking a look at him the last time by. This time he's going to just kind of run the outside and see if he can get a run here off turn 2.
2 things are happening for Christian Peterson right now. He's watching Thomas Axel just drive away in that 13 car as Martinson hasn't been able to keep the pace. Maybe he's saving tires on that 07 car, but Peterson thinking that he can go quite a bit faster than they're running right now. The other thing that's happening for Christian Peterson, he just saw that 1 car pass the 71, and he does not want to get passed by him. So he sees him 2 cars behind him. So I think it's go time for the 23 car.
Yeah, Alex McCollum starting to make gains through this field right now. Remember, he started tonight after setting quick time, earned that $5 bonus from the International Short Track Sim Racing Association, and he will get that money at the end of the year. And Alex not having a great season. Can you believe it that Alex McCollum is not even in the top 20 in the standings here at race number 3?
He has had some bad luck this season in the 1 car. But Jeff, we start to see a little bit of a green flag run here. That's when we start to talk about things that tires become a thing. You start running these cars hard for 100 laps or even 80 laps consecutively. Who knows what we'll end up with? But maybe some of these guys in the top 4, top 5, Alex McCollum, maybe Cole Cavery, maybe these guys are actually saving tires and they're not trying to go too hard as they worry about long runs.
Yeah, there are no tire changes here in this series anymore. You've got to make it all the way to the end on tires. 100 laps on a 3/4 mile track. There's not going to be a lot of tire left at the end of this race. And you really got to be careful not to abuse that right front tire and make sure you don't slide the right rear. We know how much of a handful this car can be. You heat up that right rear tire, get it nice and hot and slick, and you're just along for the ride for the rest of the night.
So we're taking a look through the field. I'm trying to see if there are any cars really battling each other. 1 car that does get to the money, the 75 car, Landon Huffman. He's moved up from his 33rd starting position up to 22nd in the early going. We were about a 5th done with this race. He's going to try to look underneath Peter Fisher going into turn 3. Can't make the run down the backstretch. But Huffman on the move early. Remember, he won the opening round in Hickory in that 75 car. So he is trying to get to the front. Definitely a player in the points, so he needs to move forward.
Yeah, we talk about saving tires for some of the guys in the front, but if you're Landon Huffman, there's no saving. You got to go. You need to pass as many cars as you possibly can. And for him right now, it is just 100% all the way to the end of this race. And just hope you have tires left at the end.
Boy, these guys are tight behind Kyle Martinson. You look at this front group of about 10 cars, right back to Ryan Matthews, a little bit of a gap to AJ Rogers, but it's actually 8 guys together, nose to tail, behind Kyle Martinson. Daniel Pope pulls off of Christian Peterson just a little bit. But man, oh man, this is tight racing. It is tough to run this hard and this tight around this racetrack.
Yeah, we know how difficult, too, it can be to pass here. Everybody's going to be planted right on that yellow line all the way around the racetrack. And that's the fast way around, is running that inside line. It's very difficult to set up a pass. You really got to get a big run coming off the corners and maybe hope for a little mistake. And right now, Alex McCollum is hoping for a mistake out of Daniel Pope. He got right to his back bumper last time. Maybe lost a little ground through 1 and 2.
McCollum starting to think about a pass on the 16 car of Daniel Pope. But Daniel Pope, he's a wily veteran. He'll try to save as much tire as he possibly can while holding the 1 car off. He knows it's a difficult maneuver to make a pass here. As you watch Alex McCollum enter just a little bit high to see if he can make a run down the back straightaway. He does get a run on the 16 car, but not enough to make a move.
run. Thomas Axum has stretched it to 1.1 seconds out over Kyle Martinson. Martinson's still holding on to that second spot. Started second, was able to slot into that second position, and he's been running there ever since the start. Christian Peterson still running third. The only guy really on the move in the top 5 is Alex McCollum. He started 9th up to the 5th position.
Dylan Bates just made a move for I believe that's the 10th position as Bates jumps into the top 10. Another one of your players, I believe he's 3rd in the points coming in. He needs to move as he's sitting in the 10th spot. He just got around AJ Rogers, and right behind them, a battle between the 2 younger drivers. It's the kid, Caden Fisher, looking underneath the 72 of Bladen Edwards. They almost make contact in 3 and 4. Fisher gets a little bit sideways, not able to make the move on Edwards down the front straightaway.
Yeah, that's the last 2 Challenger Series champions. All of the Challenger Series champions, the Tuesday night guys that have moved up, and they are racing hard for that position. That is for the 12th spot. Caden Fisher trying to get around Bladen Edwards. Bladen just maybe doesn't not liking USA very much right now.
And Bladen definitely kept the door closed on the 18 cars. You can see the 18 car much lower on the racetrack than the 72 of Bladen Edwards. But Bladen gets a nice run down the back straightaway, gaps Caden Fisher at the moment. So Bladen looking to get his rhythm back and start rallying in that 72 machine.
Battle for second, Christian Peterson able to get around Kyle Martinson. Martinson just left the door open just too much, and CP23 took advantage. Here comes Daniel Pope. Pope trying to take advantage as well, and now the 07, he is stuck on the outside line. There is a train lined up behind him on the inside. If he cannot hold on or get a yellow here soon, he stands to lose a lot of positions.
We have a name for where Martinson is right now. We have a lot of names for where Martinson is right now, but we like to call it the sucker hole. He's in a bad, bad place. He cannot do anything up on the outside. You cannot fight back here at USA Speedway. The outside just doesn't have the momentum. It doesn't get around quickly enough. So he's just going to go backwards until he can find a hole between all these cars, which you can see just about the entire field's lined up right behind them.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Kyle Martinson right now. He really needs a caution or something to stop this momentum and get him a restart, but he is in a bad spot right now on the outside, trying to find a hole, and Suggs throws it in there, says, no way, a little contact maybe between those two, and Martinson's going to lose 2 more spots.
Martinson falling back. He's got an anchor tied to the 07 right now. Might have a shot to get in front of his teammate. His teammate says, heck no, he's going to drive in there too. I need to make the pass. AJ Rogers going to get underneath the 07, but gets sideways off the corner. That's the break Martinson needed.
Well, that's going to slot Martinson all the way back to the 10th position, so I mean, he opened the door just slightly for Christian Peterson, and he lost 9 spots because of it.
It's just difficult when you get caught on the outside. All these cars lined up. We talked about it. It looked like they were all saving tires, nose to tail. Once you go up to the high side, there's nothing you can do. You just have to ride around until you can find a spot where someone makes a mistake, maybe gets a little bit loose like we saw AJ Rogers do. So Martinson needs to rally now in the 07 car. He had a quick qualifying here, but that's why he was up front. He needs to just get his rhythm back, get going, try to get going forward now. The 07 car struggling as AJ Rogers still all over his back bumper.
Thomas Axon has stretched that lead to 1.8. Christian Peterson, he got clear of Kyle Martinson. He hasn't been able to make any progress. Actually still lost a little time to Axon last time by. But bad news for Axon. Lap traffic should be coming shortly. He can see the end of the field. That's Kate Green running in the 31st position. He can actually see him at this point. So lap traffic is on its way.
So Jeff, Thomas Axon flying, as you can see the in-car camera. He sees lap traffic in front of him. Jeff, Axon was the poster, the race poster. I wonder if there's anything to that. I mean, did we give any extra speed to the guy we featured for the Gail Tomer Memorial 100?
Well, I can confirm they do not get any speed there from being the poster. Maybe just a little confidence boost, and that's all Thomas Axon needed. He also needs the points because he is tied with Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews just has that race win. That's the tiebreaker. Thomas Axon could get a win tonight and take that tiebreaker away from Ryan Matthews.
We gave him a little feel-good. As Darrell Waltrip would say, Jeff, right now he's holding the pretty wheel. So the 13 car definitely flying around this racetrack, but I still worry. We've talked about it before and it didn't happen, but I do worry about the tires. You don't want to burn them up early, so if he's going as hard as he can go, we'll see how these tires last on the 13 machine.
Yeah, Christian Peterson last time by a little bit slower, about a 10th off of Thomas Axon. But CP23, he's got some room back to Daniel Pope. Maybe his goal right now is just ride in second and not try to chase down that 13 and burn his tires up. It looked like Cade Green actually came down pit road rather than stay on the racetrack to go a lap down. So maybe a little bit of help there for Axum. Didn't have to go around the 19.
Now it's not much farther to the next lap car. That's the 81 of Rick Rube. He was caught in that earlier melee that we saw Lucas Hanley get upside down. Rube was involved in that, so you see a bunch of damage on the 81 car. Hasn't really been able to fix it since we've been green flag ever since. So struggling right now with the damaged race car. Rube not very far in front of the leader.
Looking at your rundown right now, Christian Peterson second, Daniel Pope, Alex McCollum fourth, Cole Cabre fifth right now, Hugo Paquette sixth, Brett Suggs seventh, Ryan Matthews. He hasn't really made a lot of progress. Second quick qualifier tonight, started eighth. He's still running eighth. The guy who's on the move, that's Dylan Bates. He's up to ninth right now in that Jeff By Jr. art entry there for the paint contest. And Kyle Martinson running 10th, started second, got caught on the outside, fell all the way back to the 10th. He's kind of slotted in line now and found a place to run.
Yeah, Martinson there in the 07 car right behind him, AJ Rogers. He was the one battling with him when he slotted in line. He still can't make the move. Bladen Edwards right behind him in the 72 car. Caden Fisher was battling with him just a little bit earlier. He's still on the back bumper in the 72 car, but can't make the move either. So it's tough to pass here at USA as Caden Fisher closes in close to the 72 of Bladen Edwards, but not able to do anything with it. Right behind them, the 18 of Donald Clark in his pink machine as he is running in the 14th spot. Just a little bit of a back gap behind them. That's the 67 Eric Tracy.
Yeah, the field kind of separates there. Eric Tracy kind of running by himself. It's about a half a second back to Aaron Avendroth. And then Tad Douglas there in 17th. Jeremy Brooks 18th. Chad Miller 19th. Elliott Carlson holding on to 20th. But here comes Landon Huffman. He's up to the 21st position. Now he is battling hard with Elliott Carlson for 20th. Remember, Landon started 33rd, our week one winner. Did not have a great qualifying effort. He's got a lot of room to make up right now.
Yeah, it is tough to make passes here at USA as you see the 75 car go underneath the 09 of Elliott Carlson. Carlson going to try to battle on the high side all the way into the wall. Elliott Carlson pushing it so hard to try to stay next to the 75 of Landon Huffman. Bounced the 09 off the wall, but Landon Huffman moves that car up into the 20. Actually, would make that the 20th position. This Huffman's going to be slotted there, and now he's behind Chad Miller in the 61 and Jeremy Brooks in the 53.
A little bit further back from that, the 22nd runner is Zachary Onan. You got Peter Fisher back there. Aaron Johnson, he had to go all the way to the back for an EOL. He's up to the 24th spot. He's making progress right now in the 78.
We had been looking at AJ Rogers behind Kyle Martinson. He was running in the, I believe it was the 11th position. He's been pushed up the racetrack by probably Bladen Edwards there in the 72. AJ Rogers has slipped back to the 14th spot as he was passed by Bladen Edwards. Caden Fisher in the 18 and Donald Clark in the other 18 cars. So you can see there, AJ Rogers having an issue, not an issue, but just getting past, and Bladen Edwards into the wall down the backstretch, struggling for the 72 car.
Well, we have hit lap traffic now for Thomas Axum as we hit lap halfway now this time. Rick Rube just went a lap down. Axum is officially in lap traffic. I think we've been green flag racing for about 40-something laps now. We've been green for a long time, and now we're at halfway, just one caution in this race. This has been a heck of a green flag run.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic green flag run. We actually talked about it in the opener, Jeff, as we had 34 cars here on the racetrack. A little bit worried about how many cars were going to be here and whether or not we would be able to get some green flag racing with that many race cars on the USA International Speedway. I told you this is the late model shootout series, and these guys can handle it, and they're proving it now.
Thomas Axum starting to see a lot of traffic in front of him. That's Tom Dreiling right ahead of him. Tom is currently running in the 32nd position. He is already one lap down right in front of Axum. There's a couple guys. Shane Bedford was a lap down after that early incident. He was hoping for a lucky dog, and there hasn't been a caution since.
So just nose-to-tail racing throughout the top 10. You have Christian Peterson pulling around a train. Daniel Pope starting to put pressure on the back of the 23 cars. He is right there. Alex McCollum in the 1 car falling off just a little bit. He is no longer attached to that 16 car, maybe trying to see if he can get a run. But you've got Cole Cabre there in the 71. Hugo Paquette, multiple-time champion of the series. So is Alex McCollum. McCollum's got a championship in this series. So there's some really, really good race car drivers in this top 10.
Yeah, I've noticed that Daniel Pope has started to make progress on Christian Peterson. Peterson about 2.6 seconds back from the leader, so really has not been able to make any progress on Axum. And it seems like maybe the 23 is starting to fall off, and he's getting a little sideways there off turn 4, and that's just letting Pope catch up closer and closer to him.
I was saying earlier, Daniel Pope, and I hate to prove myself right once again, Jeff, but Daniel Pope is a wily veteran in that 16 car. He is a master of saving tires. We've seen this before. Pope will run outside the top 10 in a race, and suddenly by the end of the race, he's running almost top 5. Tonight, he started in the top 5, and he's running in the top 5, and watch that 16 car. He is sneaky in that car. He can run up front by the end of the evening.
Noticing a lot of different driving styles as well. You can kind of see Pope enter that car a little bit higher, rolls through the center, gets that car all the way down to the yellow line. But watch McCollum behind him. McCollum dives it down, almost kind of parks that car in the center and diamonds off the corner. And now look at the lap traffic ahead of Christian Peterson. This is going to be wild as these two race for position. There is a bunch of lap traffic there, 3 wide with McCollum there. And McCollum is going to get around, trying to get around Rick Rube. Joey Fernandez is going to go lap down. He opens the door for McCollum to come up, maybe go 3 wide on Pope.
Holy cow, race cars everywhere all of a sudden as there were some lap cars that were battling for position. You had Joey Fernandez there in the 00. Rick Rube in the 81 almost makes contact with Brett Suggs in the 33. Rube with a damaged race car. Looks like he's having a little bit of a hard time handling that 81 machine. Those guys were all battling for positions. You had Shane Bedford there as well. They almost didn't get out of the way. We had some really fast cars catch them very quickly, and it almost made contact.
Yeah, and that actually cost them a ton of time as well. Stretched that lead for Axum to 3.2 seconds. So we're getting down to about 40 laps to go here next time by, and Axum is just checked out on the field.
Dylan Bates has pulled up to the back of Ryan Matthews. That is for the 8th position. Bates all over the back bumper. The 51 car, you've got Hugo Paquette putting pressure on the 1 car of Alex McCollum. Daniel Pope right there behind Christian Peterson as well. We don't call these side-by-side battles, but they're definitely battles as you've got the car behind trying to get a run on you while you're trying to get a run on the guy in front of you, and that makes it very interesting in traffic.
Yeah, especially with these lap cars coming up, you got to make sure you don't get hung up on the outside or in the wrong lane and behind a lap car, and you can end up losing a lot of spots if this train gets by you in lap traffic. And it looks like Hugo Paquette maybe putting some pressure on Alex McCollum that time by. Like I said, Alex is running a kind of an interesting line. He really kind of parks that car in the center of the corner and might be making or giving Hugo Paquette a bit of a fit there through 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to find a line that he can get a run on the 16 car of Daniel Pope. He hasn't found it yet. He's trying to get up a little higher, maybe turn it down and get a run. He does get a tiny bit of a run, but not a tremendous one, so it's not really helping as Daniel Pope is able to just keep it to the yellow line and circulate the bottom of the racetrack. So McCollum trying to find a way around the 16 car, and while he's doing that, the 33 of Hugo Paquette is trying to find a way around him. Cole Cabry in the 71 car is trying to find a way around Hugo. And you got Brett Suggs there in the 33. He's not far behind. So if any of these guys get up the racetrack, they're going to lose some spots.
Yeah, you basically have your second place runner through 9th, just nose to tail right now. I mean, this is a crazy battle of cars here, just all in a train, trying to find a way past one another. Looks like maybe Pope a little bit quicker than CP23 at this point, just maybe either not pushing it just yet or just can't find a way around that 23 car.
Joey Fernandez in the 00 machine, a beautiful race car that he's prepared for the evening. He's taken it to the pit lane. He's 3 laps down in that 00 car, making 4 now. Looks like he has parked it for the evening, unfortunate for the 00 machine. We still have a big time battle on the racetrack. I cannot believe how many laps we've gone, Jeff. These guys are all tight together.
Yeah, about 16 laps, green flag run here. I mean, just incredible. And we are really getting in deep lap traffic now. Thomas Axum 3.4 seconds out on the field, and looks like Ryan Matthews might have just moved out of the way and let Dylan Bates go.
Well, that's bad news for my pick to win. Come on, Matthew. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to really root for anybody, but he was my pick to win, and now Dylan Bates goes by him. Good job for the Dylan Bates in the Jeff by Junior Art car. That is a beautiful car. I love all the ribbons on it. It looks fantastic.
Dylan started 12th tonight. He's now up to the 8th position. I think Ryan Matthews just maybe wanted out of line there and just moved out of the way, maybe saving tires. Maybe he thinks something bad's about to happen with this group in front of him and just doesn't want to be there when they crash each other.
Yeah, they're all going by the 11 car of Tom Dryling. We talked about him. He had 2 Hard Charger Awards last season, the Late Model Shootout Series. Tom not having a great night tonight as he was caught in that earlier wreck that collected Lucas Hanley, Rick Rube, Shane Bedford, all those guys getting considerable damage from that incident. I believe Colby Bryant was in that one as well.
Well, the lead is 3.6 now for Thomas Axum. CP23 still running second, Daniel Cope third, Alex McCollum fourth, Hugo Pett fifth, Cole Cabray in sixth, Brett Suggs seventh, Dylan Bates eighth, Ryan Matthews ninth, and Kyle Martinson, he's slotted in that 10th position. He's just been running there ever since, and so far, great run for Kyle Martinson, holding on to 10th. He's got Bladen Edwards a little bit further back at 11th, but clear selling behind Bladen.
Thomas Axum puts a lap on the 9 of Colby Bryant, the 57 of Mark Herzog. Those guys battling for position back in the field as they're 26th and 27th. Thomas Axum able to go by those drivers. He just put a lap on the 13 car, Jonathan Dickerman. And then right behind Dickerman, you see there comes Christian Peterson and the whole top 10 group as they are spreading out just a little bit. They had to go around the 11 car at Tom Dreiling, and that broke them up just a little bit. They don't look like they're in Talladega anymore. Now they're all just running laps.
Yeah, battles all over the racetrack. Landon Huffman putting pressure on Aaron Abendroth. Huffman now up to the 17th spot. He's trying to get 16th away from Abendroth, and he is right there knocking on the door, just not able to find a way by that time. But that 75 car is making progress. He's starting to move his way through the field, and he hasn't had any yellows to help him. He's doing this all on a green flag run.
I can tell you right now, if you wanted to talk to Landon Huffman in that cockpit, he is not a happy camper. He needed yellows to happen in this race. He did not need to see a long green flag run like this. He needed to make as many moves and bunch up the field as often as possible. That 75 car comes in the 33rd spot. So even after all these laps, up to lap 73 now, he is battling for the 15th spot. So rallying really, really well in the 75 car, but he definitely, in order to get to those guys in the top 10 to really, really protect his points position, he needed 4 yellow flags.
Well, every spot counts, so he's going to keep plugging away at it. About 27 laps to go for Landon Huffman. You just got to keep going and trying to get as many as you can. And right now he's made progress. Started 33rd, he's up to 16th.
And he is passing some fast race drivers. Aaron Abendroth, no slouch in his own right. He's currently in the 17th spot in that 65 car. You saw Landon Huffman go by him. In front of Landon Huffman, you see the 81 car, Rick Rube, and then Donald Clark, another fast race car driver in the 18. He's at 15th. Right in front of him, Eric Tracy. So a lot of fast cars that Huffman's going to have to deal with if he wants to move forward and protect that point standing. Back up front, Jeff, Thomas Axum, he is gone. And I'm not sure anybody has a chance without a caution flag to get to him.
Yeah, he stretched it to almost 4 seconds. It's 3.9 at the stripe. So Axum, at this point, he's just hoping this thing goes green all the way. He just wants 25 more laps of green flag racing, and he's going to come home a winner in the Gail Tomer Memorial 100. But it's still a long ways to go, 3/4 of the way through this race.
Let's not forget, go over to Facebook right now if you're watching the broadcast. You can like and share our broadcast if you're enjoying what you're watching tonight. Great racing from these guys as they continue to get around this racetrack, and clean racing tonight. Really, really fun to watch. But also, don't forget to go over to STIcancerresearch.org and hit that donate button. Give $1, give $2, give $5, give $5,000 if that's what you want to do. But that will go straight to Cancer Research, ST Ireland, up there in the Northeast. They do they have their own research fund and do a whole lot for in the zone racing. So any kind of donation would mean a lot to them and mean a lot to us. And also, don't forget to go over to countyroadcustom.com and get your custom tumbler. I think some of our fans, like Sarah and Crystal, their guys should be buying them, like #1 ITZR #1 fan custom tumblers, so they can go to work with their really cool tumblers. I don't know what their favorite color is, but mine's orange. If you want to buy me one, you can do that too. But definitely get over there to County Road Custom and get your custom tumblers, and you can take that to work and look like the coolest person at work.
Yeah, make sure you get those. Make great Christmas gifts as well. And I'm watching this battle for second. I don't know what happened to Alex McCollum. He was running third. He has fallen back to ninth there while we were watching Landon Huffman battle. He fell all the way back to the ninth position. So Hugo Paquette up to third, and Hugo is starting to put the pressure to Daniel Pope. You got Cole Cabray back there in the fifth spot now as well. So there's a little bit of a battle here, and Pope is up the racetrack. Is Hugo going to take advantage here off turn 4?
Hugo Paquette looking underneath Daniel Pope as we finally have a battle on the racetrack. Hugo going to look to go by his teammate in that 16 car. Pope up the track, and Cole Cabry's going to try to pounce on Daniel Pope as well, as Hugo's going to make the move down into turn 3. Will clear the 16 car. Here comes Cole Cabry. Now Daniel Pope's in the sucker hole as Brett Suggs is pulled up to the back of Cole Cabry. Right behind them, Ryan Matthews in the 51.
Yeah, here comes Suggs trying to take advantage as well. Pope just got up on the outside line. Hugo Paquette took advantage, and now Pope stands to lose a few positions. Can he get back in front of Dylan Bates? Looks like he will. So move the 16 back to the 6th position. Suggs is going to take over 5th.
I misspoke. That's Dylan Bates in the 91 car. Ryan Matthews has fallen off this group, so Dylan Bates not able to make a move on Pope as Pope finds his way in line, and he's dropped all the way back to the 6th spot, that 16 machine.
Hugo Paquette up to the 3rd spot. He's 5 seconds behind your leader. Christian Peterson is currently 4.1 behind Thomas Axum, your race leader. Axum has really just checked out. He's putting cars a lap down. Only 24 cars left on the lead lap. The next car Axum will get to, that'll be Del Mears running in the 24th spot.
Del Mears, and there's Peter Fisher in the 71. Those cars are clean. Actually, Del Mears spin on the wall once. You can see the outside of that 112 car, but he looks underneath Peter Fisher. That's going to be for that 23rd position. So those two guys are going to go side by side. Peter Fisher knows Thomas Axum's there, so he just gets up and out of the way. So Peter Fisher goes a lap down in the 71 car, the SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund machine.
These guys are making it pretty easy for Thomas Axum, just kind of moving out of his way when they see the leader come. Just hope to hold on to that lucky dog spot and hope that caution comes as quickly as possible once you go a lap down. Unfortunately for Peter Fisher, Del Mears is now the lucky dog car.
Yeah, that's not what Peter wants to see. That was a spot Peter didn't want to give away, as he's now 1 spot out of the lucky dog spot as we have a battle on the racetrack. The 117, actually, no, it's not a battle. It's Rick Rue getting lapped by Tad Douglas in the 117 car. 53 Jeremy Brooks going to make that move as well. Boy, oh boy, Jeff, this is a lot of green flag racing. I know it's sim racing, but if you have your force feedback turned off, some of these guys are probably getting tired.
Yeah, this is a long green flag run. It definitely takes a lot out of you, and not just physically but mentally. Just especially with all the lap traffic and these guys being in such close quarters for so much of the race. I mean, just really mentally takes it out of you, and that's when mistakes start to get made. But we're coming up to 10 to go, so if you're liking this race, and make sure you like and share the stream for us. Leave us a comment. 10 to go. Will anybody catch Thomas Axum? That's our question right now. Is it going to take a yellow, or is somebody going to run down Axum from 5 seconds back?
Jeff, your dad's in the chat saying the custom tumbler would be a fantastic Christmas gift from County Road Custom Millwork.
He is correct. So if you'd like to buy me one, I definitely appreciate it.
Christian Peterson trying to make his way to try to run down the 13 car of Thomas Axum. At the moment, not able to do so. 4.5 second lead for the man in the 13 machine. Hugo Paquette running 3rd in that 33 car. So we are under 10 to go here in the Gail Total Royal 100 at USA International Speedway. Cole Cabry's going to be running 4th. Brett Suggs has moved his 33 machine up into 5th. Dylan Bates in 6th. Daniel Pope back to the 7th spot. Ryan Matthews 8th. Kyle Martins in 9th. And Bladen Edwards rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, time is starting to tick away right now. Without a caution, I just don't see any way anybody gets to Thomas Axum. Axum out 4.7 seconds on Christian Peterson. The only real battle here that we might have is Hugo catching Christian Peterson. Will Hugo be able to get around CP23 for that 2nd spot?
It remains to be seen as he is trying to run down that 23 car, slowly closing that gap. He's got another fast car behind him in the 71 car, Cole Cabry. 71 trying to make, again, we're trying to see guys close on each other, on guys as they try to close on other cars. So you want to make that move, but you also want to be careful not to leave the door open for the guy behind you.
Yeah, now we've been about 90 laps, and you can see this field starting to spread out. Some guys that were running up front starting to fall backwards. Daniel Pope has lost a spot to Dylan Bates. He's fallen back to 7th now. Pope was running 3rd for much of this race, and his car has just kind of faded here in the closing stages.
Yeah, Pope, a group of guys have fallen off. Pope.
Alex pull him on pit road, so Alex basically out of this race, and that's 3 bad races in a row for Alex McCollum, and that's going to really hurt his chances in the championship standings tonight.
Yeah, Alex McCollum has big damage in the right in front of that one machine. Might have gotten up into the wall and broken that car, so he is off the racetrack. Like you said, big championship implications as we are 4 to go. Thomas Axman in that 13 car. Boy, oh boy, what a dominant performance the 13 has put on tonight. I am impressed. A gentleman out of New England. He's in the New England Club here on iRacing, and he has just put a whooping on this field all night long.
Yeah, he's left all the way up to the 21st position. Zachary Oden, the last car in the lead lap in 21st. And I mean, you're having a pretty good run if you're in the top 20 and you're at risk of going a lap down. This is wild.
So the amazing thing about this, Jeff, is, and talk about anybody being able to win on any given night, Thomas Axel qualified 9th in this race, so he wasn't very quick. I mean, I wouldn't say wasn't very quick, but he was just barely in the top 3 or top third of the field. And he started on the pole because of the invert and just has driven away in that 13 machine.
One of the guys I've been watching still, Landon Huffman, up to the 14th position. He's putting pressure on Eric Tracy now, trying to take away that 13th spot. He has been on the move. But right now, it's all Thomas Axum as he takes the white flag. 1 to go here for the Gail Tomer Memorial 100.
Well, Axum going to work through turns 1 and 2 in that 13 car. Down the backstretch, Axum 2 more corners, and he's going to be your winner.
Off turn 4, there is nobody in sight. He's out over 4 seconds. He's going to win it. The Gail Tomer Memorial 100 goes to Thomas Axum, his first ITZR victory and his first in the SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund Late Model Shootout Series. And this is going to be a fun battle for the championship. Ryan Matthews finishes 8th after getting some bonus points from qualifying, but Thomas Axum takes the win. So we're going to see how the point standings shake out. It is going to be close between those two.
So Axum first, Christian Peterson second, Hugo Piquet third, Cole Cabry fourth, Brett Suggs came home in fifth, Dylan Bates sixth, Daniel Pope in seventh, Ryan Matthews in eighth, Kyle Martinson ninth, Blaine Edwards rounds out your top 10 and 10th.
11th tonight goes to Caden Fisher, Donald Clark 12th, Eric Tracy, Landon Huffman from 33rd to 14th. Had a great run, had to do it all under green flag racing. AJ Rogers finishes 15th, Aaron Abendroth, Tad Douglas, Jeremy Brooks, Elliot Carlson, and Chad Miller are going to finish 20th tonight.
Finishing in the 21st position. In the last car on the lead lap, that's Super Zach in the 08. Zach Onan, Del Mears 22nd, Peter Fisher 23rd, Aaron Johnson 24th, Kobe Bryant 25th, Mark Herzog 26th, Jonathan Dickerman 27th, Rick Rude 28th, Tom Dreiling 29th, Alex McCollum came home in 30th, Joey Fernandez 31st, Shane Bedford 32nd, Cade Green 33rd, and Lucas Hanley, after being turtled early on the racetrack and your only yellow, come home in 34th spot.
So there it is, Bill. I know I picked the under going into this, but I had no idea it would be one caution and then a 90-lap green flag run. Just unreal racing here from these late model shootout series drivers.
90 plus. I mean, I don't even know when we went back green racing, but that was unbelievable. These guys, a great job. I did hear, Jeff, a little bit of driver chatter after the race, and they said that car was tight. So that's what you usually see with a tight race car. It's tough to pass, and you don't see a lot of guys just looping it on their own. So that's what you saw tonight. But that also can usually mean guys running into each other off the corner as the car gets too tight to try to make a pass. So really great job by these 34 race car drivers, and a really fun race. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I hope our Challenger Series drivers were watching and taking notes, because we expect to see that again tomorrow, Tuesday night. We are going racing once again. It'll be another Gail Tomer Memorial 100. It'll be round 3 for the County Road Custom Millwork Late Model Challenger. That's our Tuesday series, our development series. But we got some big name drivers in that one as well, and a lot of guys that were here tonight will join us over there tomorrow night for our Tuesday race. And we expect to see another great race here at USA. That was a fantastic racing tonight,
and meant a whole heck of a lot for SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Remember, if you can donate, go over to their website, sdicancerresearch.org, and hit the donate button, give anything, please. This is basically a charity event, but also with my mom's name on it means a tremendous amount to me. And I feel like, Jeff, I don't know, maybe it's how I feel, but these guys, it seemed like they cleaned it up just because it meant so much to everybody with these pink cars and everything like that. I think it kind of made everybody want to make it a good show.
Yeah, and they really did. They made it a fantastic race. I mean, it's really unheard of to see like a super late model short track race on iRacing go that long. Green flag runs,
Or in
just
real
look.
life.
Yeah, I mean, just unreal. I don't think I've ever seen a super late race go 90 laps green to the finish. I mean, just unbelievable racing. A lot of respect out of everybody tonight. We told them, we say it every week in the drivers' meeting, be nice to each other. And they were tonight. Everybody played very nice, lots of give and take, and just fantastic racing throughout the field.
So if you enjoyed that, come back tomorrow night. We'll do another Gail Tomer Memorial 100 at USA Speedway Late Model Challenger Series, presented by County Road Custom Millwork and Jeff by Junior Art. Another 100 laps, Jeff, and I'm looking forward to it. We should have some fun.
Yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you to everybody that hung out with us on Facebook. We do appreciate it. Everybody that's going to watch this later on YouTube, make sure you come over to the In the Zone Racing Facebook page and check us out. Figure out how to get signed up, how you get racing in the ITZR Challenger Series. We'll be back at it tomorrow.